Hi, I'm Terrell Turner, one of the co-founders of the T.L. Turner Group, an accounting and finance firm. And today we're going to be talking about one of the companies that is the most influential in the world. No matter where you go in the world, people are familiar with this company. Whatever you do in life, this company probably impacts it in some way. And yes, this company is Facebook. Yes, many people are familiar with it as a social media platform, but there is a huge business behind Facebook. So when you look at Facebook, you can see, hey, Facebook is made up of so many parts, but let's just jump into the numbers and let's just see. Facebook is a publicly traded company, which means it is traded on the stock market, so the information about Facebook is easy to find. Again, my favorite is probably to look on Yahoo Finance to search Facebook, because they give you summaries and tips, or you can go directly to the investor relations page on Facebook's website. Yes, just type in Facebook Investor Relations, and there you will have all kinds of information about how the business of Facebook works. So I advise that you start with the annual report or the 10K, because that contains the summary about the business as well as the financial information. So when we look at the business summary, which gives you an overview of Facebook, we can see that it's broken into 5 major segments. There is the Facebook social media platform, the Instagram platform, the Messenger app, which is very closely related to Facebook, the WhatsApp, which is a free messaging and phone calling app, and the Oculus system, which is the virtual reality technology. Now, you're probably familiar with many of those names, and one of the things that stands out to you very, very quickly is how the heck can Facebook make money if most of its products are absolutely free? Well, if you ask that question, that is a very good question, and that is a sign that you're a smart investor, because those are the type of questions that smart investors ask. How does the company make money? When we look a little further into the financial or into the information, what we can see is that Facebook makes money mostly from advertising, and a little bit comes from their virtual reality Oculus platform. So let's go ahead and jump into the numbers. In 2017, Facebook made $40.6 billion, which is up significantly from 2016. I mean, in 2016, they only made $27.6 billion, which tells you they did some very good changes and they are making a lot of money. So what's so funny is that free app that you use is making $40 billion a year, which is so much bigger than most companies that exist. I mean, that's crazy to think that you can make that much money from just advertising on your social media platforms. Now, let's look at the other aspects of their financials. So they have a very simple layout, so this one will be very easy for you to analyze. You have your cost of revenue, which is also known as your cost of goods sold. Their cost of revenue plus their R&D and their general administrative expenses all total to $20.4 billion, which means Facebook has an operating profit of $20.2 billion, which is a significant thing, because after covering pretty much all of their expenses other than taxes and other miscellaneous things, they still have almost 50% of their revenue left over. That is very significant for any financial perspective of any company. So when you look at some of their other expenses that they have, you realize those expenses aren't as big as the others, but then you get down to the bottom line of $15.9 billion, which is a 39% profit margin. That is a very impressive number. So that is something that you definitely want to pay attention to, is how much money does the company make at the end of the day. Now that we've looked at their income statement, the other thing you want to see is, okay, is the company in a healthy position? Can they stay open in the short term as well as the long term? Because we've proven they're a very profitable company. Now let's look at their balance sheet. So first on the balance sheet, we see that Facebook has $84.5 billion in assets. That's all of the stuff that Facebook owns. All of the things that they own, that they use to make the Facebook business work, whether it's servers, whether it's technology, whether it's different platforms, or it's different buildings and facilities. And then you look at their liabilities. Facebook has liabilities of $10.1 billion, which means that would be their loans or their accounts payables or any other type of liabilities or money that they owe to third parties. It comes to $10.1 billion, which clearly shows you they have way more assets than liabilities, which means that's a sign of a very healthy company, which means they have enough assets to cover all of their liabilities. So if something crazy happened and all of their creditors came and said, hey, we want our money right now, Facebook has enough assets to pay everybody and still keep operating. That is very important. Now, the other thing we want to look at is the cash flow statement. Why cash flow? Because cash is king. And if you don't have cash, then you really don't have a business. Because if you have a profitable business, but you don't have cash flowing through that business, that's a business that will probably go out of business or be purchased by someone else at an extraordinary discount. So let's look at the cash flow statement. At first glance, we see that Facebook started their year off with $8.9 billion in cash in the bank. And then as we go through the ins and outs of the cash from their operating, their investing, and their financing activities, we see that Facebook ended the year with $8.1 billion. At first glance, that looks bad because it looks like, hey, why did you lose cash throughout the year with those impressive results? Well, that's why we got to look a little bit deeper, because in one of the components of the cash flow statement, we see that Facebook purchased $25.6 billion in marketable securities. So marketable securities are investments that a company buys. They're not technically cash, but they can easily be converted back into cash. So when you look at the total picture, what you can see is that Facebook looks like a healthy company from a cash standpoint. They either have the cash on hand or they have access to the cash. So there you have it. There's Facebook's financial statements in a summary. We've gone through the income statement where we see they make money. Their product that they offer, which is advertising space, sells very well, and it looks like it's getting better year over year. We've looked at their balance sheet. We've seen that they're healthy. They have enough assets to cover all of their liabilities. And we've looked at their cash flow statement, and we see Facebook can generate cash to keep the doors open. So that is a quick summary of how you walk through the financial statements of the Facebook Corporation. If you're looking to invest in Facebook, I advise you use this as your start, but there may be other things you want to look at, like recent announcements, what's going on in their expansion, or what's going on with acquisitions. Do your homework. This is just the start, but it's a good start to help you understand the numbers behind a company that we are all familiar with called Facebook. Stay tuned for more episodes as we go through other companies and we dive into the numbers. If you have a company you want us to cover, let us know. We'll try to get that on the show to help you understand that company a little bit better. Until next time.
Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out our show today. For more videos to help you understand finance, accounting, as well as specific analysis on companies, subscribe to the TL Turner Group channel.